fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Andy Ruiz, Filip Hrgovic. Get this. Wow. IBF orders Filip Hrgovic versus Andy Ruiz Jr. for the interim title. Filip Hrgovic is the IBF mandatory challenger, having edged out Zhilei Zhang in the final eliminator. The unified champions continue to be a logistical nightmare. Back in November, the WBC officially ordered number one heavyweight Wilder to face Andy, which is the second ranked, in a final eliminator, having previously designed their respective fights with Robert Helenius and Luis Ortiz as semifinals. Now, Eddie Hearn tells Boxing Social that the Destroyer has been tabbed to meet Filip Hrgovic for an interim IBF title. And he said this, quote, actually, Filip Hrgovic has been ordered to fight Andy Ruiz for the interim IBF world title. There's negotiations going on between myself, Nisi, and Cal, and Tom Brown from the PBC. The Sauerlands, who co-promote Hrgovic, there are many layers here. So let's take a bit of time as the interim titles go. The IBF recently recognized the WBA as the next line for the title shot. In between that and potential rematch with shenanigans between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, it will be likely at least 2024 for the winner gets the shot. So it's not clear at the moment how the WBC side of things will play out. Frank Sanchez sits behind Ruiz in the rankings, which would be a fun fight, but he's also with Matchroom and has shown zero ambition since beating Efe Ajagba. Behind him are Arslanbek Markmadov, whose handlers shouldn't allow him 200 feet of Wilder, and Anthony Joshua, also Matchroom. Well, let me counterpunch. I don't think, and I don't see Andy Ruiz going for this fight at all, because for one, he's already ducked Hrgovic. He's ducked Hrgovic early last year. Hrgovic was looking for an opponent, okay? It went all the way down the list on the IBF side. Everyone and their mom ducked Hrgovic. The only person that wanted to fight him, I think, Babbitt wanted to fight him at one point. You know, because I think they're from the same place, right? And they had some type of, local rivalry, but, didn't lead anywhere, right? And Zhilei Zhang called him out, so he ended up fighting Zhilei Zhang. He edged it out. A lot of people think Zhang got robbed. He should have got the nod. So, but nonetheless, he is the IBF mandatory. And they order Andy Ruiz to fight on the IBF side, but Andy Ruiz is the number 2 behind the WBC. So what other fight is bigger for Andy Ruiz than that fight? No other fight. Okay, so would you rather fight it for an title eliminator on another sanctioning body, or go for the gusto for a shot at the title if you can beat Wilder? See, he gets decent money for fighting Wilder, and he gets an opportunity to fight for the WBC, something that he's never fought before. He's had the IBF when he beat Anthony Joshua, so I don't think that there's a desire really for Andy Ruiz to go in there and fight someone like Hrgovic. Okay, and then I seen whoever this Arthur was, Patrick L. Stumberg. Patrick L. Stumberg, he said something kind of low-key dissing on Frank Sanchez, saying, hey, he hasn't done anything since Efe Ajagba. Well, he's won. You know what I mean? He's done that. He ain't took a loss. Now, he did come in tubby and kind of chunky. He sure did. And he ran out of gas about the 7th or 8th. But he still won. He still pushed it out. I think he needs to lose weight, and I think he notices that by now. But IBF ordering Filip Hrgovic versus Andy Ruiz Jr., I don't see that fight happening for a lot of reasons. For one, it's an Eddie Hearn guy versus Tom Brown. Andy Ruiz is a Al Haymon guy, PBC. I just don't see that fight happening at all. You know what I mean? And if Andy, I understand Andy, this is a good backup, but again, he's waiting for Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's waiting for the next big fight. So it could blow up in all of their faces. But a fight like that would be a good fight. Andy Ruiz, I think he has problem with taller fighters. Hrgovic would have to come in, and Andy would have to come in shape. Okay? But you guys tell me what you think of the IBF ordering Filip Hrgovic versus Andy Ruiz Jr. for the interim title. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!